Okay. Did you think I was straight? Shabbat shalom, everybody. How we doing? Is the mic working? Sweet. Okay, perfect. I can't hear out of out of my left ear still, so I'm like, yeah. Welcome everybody. Happy Passover. I'm excited. We got a good group tonight. I'm glad. So we're gonna jump in with Hine Matov. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, יאללה לה לה לה, יאללה לה לה לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת עמים גם יחד. We turn to page 2 for the lighting of our candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Yep. Is it good? You tell me. It's grape juice. There you go. L'chaim. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we turn to page 20 to sing together Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabla Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat
Nikabla
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Page 27. Let's go ahead and read that first English section on page 27. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruits so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. And as we turn to page 28, we rise physically, spiritually, or both for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamivorach, Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai, Hamivorach, Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la. Page 31. Let's go ahead and read together at the bottom of the page. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravi. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. We turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Le'olam, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be upon your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. Page 39. Let's go ahead and read responsively at the bottom of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Page 43. Let's read together at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporei Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 44. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, oneg Shabbat. Mekadashei Shavi Shabbat, כולם יספעו ויתנקו מטובך שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת
והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת חמדת ימים אותו קראת
שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת זכר למעשה למעשה וראשית שבת זכר למעשה למעשה וראשית שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. As we turn to page 46, we rise physically, spiritually, or both for the tefillah. Adonai Ananana Svatai Tiftach Ananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha Ananana Adonai Ananana Svatai Tiftach Ananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha Ananana Adonai Ananana Svatai Tiftach Ananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Komel Chasadim Tovim Vekoneh Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Now on page 50, you may notice there's a little chunk of Hebrew at the top, and then there are two options. We have the winter, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, right? You cause the wind to shift and the rain to fall. But now, we are officially into the summer season because it's Pesach. So instead of Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, we say Morid Hatal, right? You cause dew to descend upon us. So we are out of the rainy season into the summer, which I'm glad our weather is also kind of reflecting that, but we'll get there. So let's go ahead and give this one a try. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, morid hatal. Mechalkel chaim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, someach noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot umidomelach melech memit umechaye umatmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata l'hachayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol. We continue with the English together in the middle of page 52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. So real quick, before we continue on to our prayer for Shalom, if we turn to page 56, there is a little additional section that we add for certain holidays. So Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of a month, when Shabbat and Rosh Chodesh coincide. Pesach, or Passover, which happens to be right now. And Sukkot. So this section is called Ya'aleh V'Yavo. So we're asking our God and God of our fathers and mothers, on this day of Pesach, be mindful of us and all your people Israel, for good, for love, for compassion, life, and peace. Remember us for well-being, and we say together, Amen. Visit us with blessing, Amen. Help us to a fuller life, Amen. Nice, that's it. Nice little addition there. Just to honor the holiday. We turn to page 61. Let's go ahead and read together at the top of the page. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
Shalom
Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim
le'olam.
ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon
lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al
Yisrael amcha tasim
olam. Shalom Rav
al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך
תשים לעולם.
תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. We take a moment for a silent prayer, a meditation, just a nice moment of quiet to enjoy the holy space we're creating together here this evening. We all need healing in our lives, healing of body, of spirit, of mind. At this point in our service, we take a moment to think of those in our lives that are in need of healing, whether it be you, a loved one, a family member, a friend, anyone you might be thinking of tonight. As we name them in our hearts, we turn to page 253 to sing together Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. Sheberach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim, blessed are you, Adonai, who brings comfort and healing to those in need of it. We say together, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. So I probably don't need to tell all of you this, but the Passover Seder is quite an involved experience. There's a ton of prep beforehand. Then we sit down, have a couple of cups of wine while telling a story. We eat, point to different foods to tell the story, and we even make sure the kids are paying attention by having them ask some questions. Then we eat, have 2 more cups of wine, and that's it. But with all the logistics of the Seder kind of swirling around, it can be kind of hard to remember the central goal of the Seder. So in our Haggadah, we read a single line, B'chol dor v'dor chayav adam lir'ot et atzmo ke'ilu hu yatza mimitzrayim. In each and every generation, a person is required to see themselves as though they personally left slavery in Egypt. The mitzvah of the Seder, then, is to take our ancient story and begin to embody it, to make it truly our own. By taking an ancient story out of the past and bringing it into our present reality, we are choosing to affirm who we are as Jews and how we choose to show up in our world. So why embody a story? Why not just let it live in our minds and our imaginations? Now, stories teach us things in one way, and experiences teach us things in other ways. So Rabbi Hillel the Elder was approached by a non-Jewish man. The man said to him, "Rabbi, if you can teach me the entire Torah while I stand here on one foot, I'll convert to Judaism and spend the rest of my life studying and living Torah." So Rabbi Hillel looks at the man for a moment, takes a deep breath, and says, "All right, go ahead, pick up one foot." So the man lifted his foot, and Rabbi Hillel says, "That which is hateful to you, do not do to others. The rest is commentary. Go and learn." So Rabbi Hillel understood Leviticus 19:18, "Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha," you shall love your neighbor as yourself, to be the foundation of the entire Jewish experience. Now that was a nice story, right? Made us maybe feel good, taught us something, and stories do have the power to teach, but they also invite us to go deeper and to welcome an experience. So, has anyone here ever felt out of place somewhere? How did it feel to be out of place in that situation? Has anyone here ever been the punchline of a joke or had someone say something unkind to them? How did that feel? Now, on the flip side of things, I'm not going to make this all a downer, has anyone here ever had someone do something nice for them? Right? Maybe someone held the door, gave a compliment, a smile, a hug, a nice, thoughtful surprise, or really made you feel included. Now, how did that feel? So as we sit with these feelings, I want to invite us into a new awareness. When we heard the story about Rabbi Hillel and the convert, the experience kind of lived in our minds. We heard the story, we understood it, we got a nice lesson out of it. When I invited us to reflect on moments of difficulty and joy in our lives, those experiences didn't just live in our minds. They sat in our hearts and in our bodies. We probably felt some activation somewhere. It's one thing to hear a story and experience it logically, and it was another thing entirely to re-enter a part of our own story, to experience it not just in our minds, but also in our hearts and our bodies. This is the mitzvah of Passover. So during Passover, we aren't just expected to logically know the story and try to learn something from it. We're invited to embody the story and really make it our own. We know the right thing to do is to love our neighbors as ourselves. Logically, makes sense, right? But it can be hard to implement a logical principle into everyday life. So Passover invites us to take that next step. 36 times in the Torah, we are commanded to love the stranger because we were slaves in the land of Egypt. Notice how the Torah doesn't say, your ancestors were strangers or slaves in the land of Egypt. It specifically says, you. We are commanded to welcome the stranger because at certain points in our lives, we know what it's like to feel unwelcome and excluded. We've experienced it. We felt it in our hearts and in our bodies. We're commanded to love the stranger because at some point in our lives, someone has been intolerant of us or mean to us. We've experienced it and we felt it. So this Passover Shabbat, it's my prayer that each of us welcomes the invitation into the Passover story, into the Passover experience, to transition from the logical telling of the story into a visceral experience, truly making it our own, because it's not just the story of our ancestors, it's our story. May we all have the courage to accept and love ourselves, to love and build community with our neighbors, to welcome the stranger, accept the stranger, protect the stranger, and love the stranger, because we know all too well how it feels to be a stranger in a strange land. Shabbat Shalom.
When Israel was in Egypt, my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. No more shall they in bondage toil. Let my people go. Let them come out with Egypt's spoil. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. Oh, let us all from bondage flee. Let my people go, and soon may all the earth be free. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh to let my people go.
Now, before we get to Aleinu and Kaddish, not only during Passover do we switch for the blessing from rain to dew, but we also do something called counting the Omer. So the Omer begins the second night of Passover and counts the 49 days between the beginning of Passover and the holiday of Shavuot, when we commemorate the giving of the Torah. So after our ancestors and we were freed from slavery in Egypt, there needed to be some intentional time between that moment and the actual giving of the Torah. So the Omer, the counting of each night, is an invitation to set intentions for a 49-day period, to really think of the things we're leaving behind in this year's Egypt and the things that continue to enslave us, and to begin to make room for the things that we hope for. So I'd like to invite you to turn to page 278. And we'll begin, Hineni, I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Let's go ahead and say the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. So, Hayom Sheni Yamim LaOmer. Today is just the second day of the Omer, because second night of Passover was last night. So last night was first night. We're just on number 2. Mazel tov. We've counted the Omer together. So now we can go ahead and rise physically, spiritually, or both. So we turn to page 283 for Aleinu. Let's go ahead and read together in the middle of the page. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Va'anachnu kor'im u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malachei. Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch may be seated as we turn to page 287. Let's go ahead and read together at the top of the page. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד. It has been said Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one, and God's name will be one. Page 289. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows, it is radiant with warmth and beauty. But soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance, and our life burns down and gutters. There's an end to the flames. We see no more, and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. This evening in our community we are remembering Marla Feinstein, Rosalie Mauser, C. Herman Weinberg, Susan Dunn, Mary Rosenberg, Elsa Schuster, Joyce Unrick, Roanne Victor, Sander Latz, Shelley Nafusi Lips, Stella Stiebel, Haina Weiskopf, A. Herman Greenwald, Lois Jolson, Joseph Schiffman, Norvin Vonderheit, Isaac DeHand, Joseph Diamond, Ann Hertzman, Rose Morin, Pauline Frank, Etta Pass, David H. Rice, Rebecca Roden, Merle Jean Stern, Bernie Sweet, Joyce Brooks, Julius Cohen, Eunice Epstein Noodleman, Dorothy Golding, Edith Herman, Charles Kramer, Louis Weintraub, Israel Yaffe, Markham Levy, Evelyn Levy, and in recent days, Carol Ziegard. We think of our loved ones, those whom death has recently taken from us, and those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memory of our loved ones on our hearts, we rise according to your custom on page 294 for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithalev v'yithalal shemei dikudisha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Aseh Shalom Bimramav, Huya Aseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories forever be a blessing and a guiding light along our journeys. Our closing song is God of Might, and that can be found on page 362.
God of might, God of right, thee we give all glory, thine all praise in these days, as in ages hoary. When we hear, year by year, freedom's wondrous story. Now as erst, when thou first madest the proclamation, warning loud every proud, every tyrant nation, we thy fame still proclaim, bowed in adoration. Be with all who in thrall to their tasks are driven, by their power speed the hour when their chains are riven. Earth around will resound joyful hymns to heaven.
Yivarechachem Adonai v'yishmerechem. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav alechem v'chunekem. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be kind to you. Yisad Adonai panav alechem v'yasem lachem shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find shalom, wholeness, wellness, and peace as you embody our story. Shabbat shalom and happy Passover.
Amen. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.